And then this supervisor locked 3 of us in this room, this small room, and was like, so, which one of you complained about me? I said, bitch, Child Helpline and Social Services is coming for you, and they're taking away your PhD and they're deporting you back to where you came from, bitch. And then my supervisor wrote a complaint saying that I plagiarized and that I also recorded him in the supervision for YouTube because he heard a camera go beep. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and listen, we have a lot to talk about. Let's waste no time. Let's just get straight into spilling the tea on my degree. Grab your mugs, order them down below, and let's just get into it, because this year, second year, was really and truly the hardest year of my adult life, and this is why. So let's just talk about the main thing, why we go to university, because sometimes I feel like we forget, which is the actual academic side of it, the degree. You guys know that last year I was doing a degree called Human, Social and Political Sciences, and then I switched to doing Psychological and Behavioural Sciences. Now what that meant was, instead of redoing the whole 3 years for this new degree, I decided and begged if I could do the 2 years into one. So I was doing a first year psychology paper and the second year papers in one. So that was a bit difficult for a lot of reasons, and the main thing was because, like, listen, yeah, I know some of you might want to apply to Cambridge, and when I tell you the workload is hard, you guys are probably thinking, you know what, I'm so ready for this, I want it to be hard, I want to do essays every single day, I want to be in the library till 6 AM in the morning, I want to do all-nighters. No, you don't. First year was a struggle, yeah, when I did HSPS. I would have 10 contact hours, which basically just means that supervisions, lectures, that was it, and then I had 12 to 16 essays per term, and that was it. So when I was like, I'm ready to work harder because I know I'm doing the 2 years into one and I know that I can do it. I'm IBSMO, I did HSPS, I did the A-levels, I did it, I repped Hackney. I had Monday to Saturday lectures, and I had 22 instead of 10 contact hours a week. Bitch, I'm crying, so you better shut the up, you're talking outside. And I went from like 12 to 16 assignments to 25 to 27. So when I say the workload is hard at Cambridge, you but listen to me, when I say the workload is hard and you need to be prepared, and I don't even know how to be prepared, so good luck with that. So I wasn't ready for that. Like, it was just so hard, and it was just so intense. It was a big massive jump. And so the thing is, for me to do well this year, I had to be 100% focused on my degree, which you are supposed to be, because I'm IBS. Obviously I'm doing the most other things, so it kind of flopped. But that was really hard, and so the supervisors are the most important aspect of this, because for the science papers I had to have a supervision every single week. For the humanities papers I had to have a supervision every other week. So to have supervisions every single week, I needed really good supervisors. When I tell you, all of them were a joke. All of them. You know, you never realize how good something is until you don't have it. And like Joanna, my last year supervisor, like, I miss you so much. I've already explained it before, and you can see it there. They're there to help you understand anything that you don't understand, set you some work, and just make sure your understanding is fine, yeah? My supervisors stress me out so much that I do not care if they fail their PhD. No, let me not even. The ones I had for humanities, because it's humanities and that's my strength, like, I could get by. So one supervisor, like, I didn't learn anything from them, and I didn't apply anything to what they were telling me in the exam. They were nice, they were kind, and I will write good things in your supervision feedback, but I won't say that you taught me anything or you made my understanding better. You were just really lovely. Thank you for being my friend. The other humanities supervisor they were intense. Like, that's the only word I can use. Like, I couldn't look at them in the eye for more than 5 seconds, because I feel like then I would turn into a frog. I had to put essays in the pigeonholes. I had to not use laptops. I could only write in the supervisions. We had to make summarize of all of the work we did in the week and send them to her, as if she's my teacher. But you're not. You're my supervisor. And the reason why you can't be my teacher is because I have 3 other papers to do. So although they were the most helpful, they were so intense. Now let's move on to the science papers. Oh my Lord. For one of them, I should have asked for a new supervisor the moment there was a conflict of interest. Because they used to watch me on YouTube, that's the moment I said I should have known that it was a whole mistake. But instead, like, I just continued with it, and there were a lot of complaints from other students. One student left, they got a new supervisor. But I think for me, like, I knew it was bad. I knew that they didn't have good teaching skills or experience. But for some reason, I think I just stayed because, big mistake, this is the paper I failed, by the way. I stayed because of how hard the other science paper was, PBS 4. PBS 4, which is the second year science paper, is a beast. Like, it was so hard. It was a continuation of PBS 2, and I was doing PBS 2 and PBS 4 at the same time. I hope I'm making sense. What that meant was I was already behind in PBS 4 the moment I sat in the Saturday lecture. The reality is that I wasn't behind. I feel like I cognitively made myself believe that because that's what everyone told me. PBS 4 was so hard, and my supervisors were all disgusting. You're supposed to have one. I had four. 4 supervisors. Do you see why I hated her? The first one didn't know how to teach, was rude. We complained about her. Then she wanted to lock us up in a room and say, why did you complain about me? And I think what they don't know about me is that, like, I'm not the typical student. I'm not gonna be following in the education system, accept everything that's happening to be like, okay, I'm so sorry. Like, I'll do all the work for you. I'ma say, bitch, if I don't like your teaching methods, fix up. They get paid a lot, you know? They get paid a good 100 and something minimum per student, per supervision. That's what I've been told. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've been told. So if it's bad, I'm gonna help you fix that. At the end of the day, I need to have a good relationship with my supervisor. Hence why I had so much fun in psychology last year, because I had an amazing relationship. This bitch was crazy. So when I complained about you, you want to lock us in a room and say, why did you complain? You're cut. So I cut. I was the first one in that group to cut and get a new one. The other 2, they cut later on. And then I had a new supervisor who I think got deported. Like, I'm being serious. I think they got deported. I don't know. That's an allegation, or I don't know. But they disappeared. They were there for 1 supervision. They were actually okay. And then they got deported. Or something happened. I don't know. So then I had a 3rd supervisor who was a shambles from the beginning. Couldn't understand anything they were saying. And also, like, I didn't want PhD students because some of them have never taught in their life. So why are you going to now teach me in the hardest paper, in the hardest academic year of my whole degree? Do you see? Now it's all making sense, right? So I had them and we had arguments because they just didn't know how to teach, and they kept saying to us, like, okay, what do you struggle with? Okay, sir, I struggle with this. Great, you struggle with that. Do a whole essay on that and then come back to me with it. Bitch, I just said I struggle with it. So if you want to do an essay on it, you need to help me understand the fucking concept. So how can I do an essay? That was every single time, and we kept saying the same thing. Like, I kept saying, like, can't do it. It's fine if you struggle. That's what I want. You want me to struggle. Do you see where we're going here? It just didn't work out, and then we all made a complaint against this person. And then we had another supervisor 1 week before the exam who was amazing, and they weren't a PhD student this time. They were an actual, like, professor, which I think really, really helped. But we only had them for 1 supervision, and that was it. Then we had to do our exam. So that 1 supervisor honestly saved me from failing and actually helped me get a 2-2, because if I didn't have that person, like, it would have been a joke. But do you see, like, I hope you understand that, like, supervisors are so important here, and just pray you have a good supervisor if it comes to Cambridge. But if you don't, like, you can complain. But I think for me, like, I just didn't want to be the problematic student that kept complaining. The humanities one, I feel like I sort of was, that's my strength, so I was able to pull through. If you don't have a good supervisor, you can fail a paper, evidently. You can get really low in a paper. But at the same time, I thought it's very easy for me to come out here and blame supervisor. At the end of the day, you've got to work just as hard in your degree. Like, come on, Ibs, you should have known that. So we want to talk to you about the second thing that really, really kind of messed things up for me this year, which was the social side of things. Now, I never deeped, and I don't think I ever recovered from losing my first year friends. Now, I'm very blessed that I have so many friends at home. You guys, I know you watch me, I know you support me, I love you all so much. But when you're here, it's very different. And because I don't live at home, I live in Cambridge now, I'm here with them, my first year friends, and they were a rock for me. They were my family. They saw everything develop, like the YouTube and me and everything around me, and we all developed together. So when every single one of your flatmates or the people who live on your floor goes, it does things to you. And I feel like I kind of said to myself, you know, it's fine, I'll meet new people, like, they'll be just as good. I hated the new people. You know what? That's actually not the right word, hated. I still to this day, present tense, do not like them because they was just so... They're going, I don't live there anymore. They used to put ham on my shelves. They used to drink alcohol so much. They used to be so loud. These are grown people. I go to a mature college. I wish they would act accordingly, but they were just a mess. But anyways, my first year friends, I lost them. Obviously, I still had Martina, but she was busy third year dissertation. I found it really hard. Like, really hard. And then, because of that, I tried to make new friends, right? And not just in my college, I tried to branch out for a bit. And like, there are pros and negatives for this year in terms of doing that. I met so many people this year. 99% of the friends I have is because of YouTube, because some of them recognize me, some of them know me, some of them applied here, and they obviously Googled it, so they know me. Cool, great, fine. I met amazing people, 5 of which to this day I would consider like a part of my heart forever. Like, they're like my family. But I also met some evil people this year, and people who are really just people who just love to talk crap about me. So all I will say is I joined a few societies. Patsock was one of them, and people just love to talk. And that upset me because like, I knew people knew of me. I knew people would hate me. That's fine. Like, sometimes I hate myself, but I didn't anticipate a few people constantly just saying my name. And my thought was, because I had no friends, I just really wanted to make new friends. And I don't know why. I think it's because it's uni and you think you're supposed to make friends. And even if I speak to you for 1 hour, you're going to make something and spread it about me. And because it's Cambridge, we're so busy, we're so intense, people love drama here. Me and Martina, we call it dra. It's not drama, it's just dra. Like, just plain, just dra. Nothing big. People love dra here. And so people will spread dra about Ibs Mo. And that's what I know, because people keep saying Ibs Mo, Ibs Mo, Ibs Mo. All my friends call me Ibs. So when I hear, oh, Ibs Mo said this, or did you hear about Ibs Mo? I'm just like, wow. People love to speak about not only like me personally, but also you're so quick to talk about my Snapchat, my Instagram. If I post something, you're so quick to screenshot and send it to them, or you're so quick to say something about it and say this person, oh, was Ibs talking about you? Was Ibs Mo saying this about you? And it's just like, whoa. And it was hurtful to a lot of extent, because like at the same time, like going into PACSOC and ISOC, Islamic Society, like I'm new to this. I never really clicked with Asian people back in ends, and nor religious people back in ends. They didn't like me for obvious reasons. So when I joined these societies, like I was still like walking on eggshells, and then just to hear like people spread shit about you, it's really horrible. And I took it deep sometimes because I really wanted to learn about Islam. So when I'm asking questions and you're going to make out as if like, oh my god, how can Ibs Mo not know this? How does Ibs Mo not know that? Or you're going to make me feel dumb for not knowing certain things about religion. When I'm trying to learn, like, I felt a bit weird with sort of ISOC stuff. And I will constantly be mad at myself because I'm just like, Ibs, you have so many friends back home. You have a sea full of supporters. So why do you let these things get to you? And all I can say is like, I'm only human. Like, do you know what I mean? Friendships are really important to me. I do a lot for my friends. I do so much for them. So why did I let myself get into a situation where people can take advantage of me and people can spread shit about me? That is the thing I regret this year. I'm happy that I met amazing people, and some of these people in these societies are absolutely beautiful, but I think that like I just need to back away, because I have to keep my eyes on the prize. I didn't come in to make friends. I already have that. I came for my degree. Focus on that. And that's what I need to do. And I know that I have to get used to people talking about me because I'm online. And the moment I make a video, you have to accept it. That's fine. And I have. But when it comes to people like, so people at my college who I know of because we see each other around, you chat shit about me when I've never spoken to you in my life, but you still feel the need as if you can talk about me because I'm online when everything you're saying is wrong. Like, do you see that like rumours being made that are fake? And also, so like people who came on my vlogs in my first year vlogs, who I try to help, then turn around and say to other people, saying stuff about me. I'm just a bit like, it's interesting, it's very interesting, and I think that's just as bad as your friends, or people you think are your friends, telling you what people have been saying about you. There was an analogy that my friend Alia said, and it's like, if someone's going to shoot you with an arrow, and for some reason it stops, who are you to then grab that arrow and stab it in me? Why are you telling me shit when I don't want or need to know? Because you're bored? Or is it because you've been speaking about me as well and you don't want to feel guilty? And those people I've had to cut out. And so like, at the end of this year, I have 2 friends at my college, and I have amazing friends outside of college at uni, and I'm grateful for them, and I just want to love and support them next year. I don't want to make new friends, to be honest with you. I just want to love and grow with the friends I've made now. And the ones back home as well, because I'm grateful for them. So that was like the social side of it. Now the other thing that really upset me was the staff members still to this day talking about me. You know, I did the spilling the tea video? That hasn't stopped. Like, all I've learned from being vice president is that there are beautiful staff members at my college and I support them so much, and it's changed my perception of my college because I've realised not everyone is out to get me. It's just this one or two evil people. All I will say about that is I am making a complaint, but like, I just didn't expect to be at Cambridge University, and although we have smart students, I kind of thought the staff would be smart as well, and some of them are not. Some of them are literally stupid in the sense that you're really going to be unprofessional and spread shit about Ibs and say that he's manipulative and tell other students that they shouldn't be friends with me. When you're a staff member, a complaint is coming, and just get ready for that. But at the end of the day, I need to remind myself, unless you a staff member that's in the way of my degree, then I don't care. So staff members can talk about me negatively, karma will come for you. But unless you ain't whispering to my examiner, like, you know, mark him down, he has bad grammar, his English isn't his first language, then it's a problem. But until then, I need to keep my eyes on the prize. If I have time, I'll obviously deal with that and make complaints and, you know, maybe push you and push off your bike. Now, another thing that was really, really hard this year was my housing situation. So you guys know that the students in my block were awful, were disgusting, so I moved. I moved into a flat. Now, the process of that was really daunting and long. And the thing is, like, when it's term time, the 8 weeks of term you have, it needs to be stable. You can't be moving into flats, Ibs. You need to just have a goal and just stick to a schedule, or try to. And so when you're moving flats, when this is happening and that's happening, and like a week's worth or 2 weeks worth of stress can impact your whole term here because you're behind on work. And when you have 25 to 27 essays to do, the moment you're behind, bye. And that's what happened. Like, I continuously felt overwhelmed. And this is the one thing I hate about Cambridge is, like, I didn't have a tutor to talk to because the tutors, spilling the tea, I did have a final tutor and they're really supportive and I speak to them. But at the same time, like, I then got to go speak to my director of studies and I got to speak to this person and this person, and it's just like, sometimes I feel like, can I just have like a Snapchat just for them? So I could be like, hey guys, I'm religious right now, instead of continuously emailing me. Because also there are things I don't want to keep bringing up because it makes me depressed. So every time like, I say this happened, this happened, this happened, like, it's long, you know? And like, I spoke to my boss very quickly about it. And I was crying. Like, what the hell? I was actually crying. Because I was crying because one of the supervisors who I hate said that I was working insufficiently. And like, when you work so hard, you're doing work until 5 AM and people want to say that, and then you have this stress and this stress and this stress and this stress, like, it gets to you. And I broke down in front of her. This is probably the biggest thing that happened to me during exam season, which I think was quite difficult for me to comprehend, was I was getting a few death threats. Now, okay, I've gotten death threats before, like, since I was 13, so it's nothing new to me at all. And when I would get like hate messages on YouTube, I don't give a crap. Like I said, it goes in the restricted and people will say all they want on YouTube. And a side note, you know, the more diverse you are, the more reason people will come to cuss you. But anyways, so I got a couple death threats which were really graphic and a bit bad. And this wasn't through like online, it was through other mediums, which really stressed me out. And so like the police had to get involved, which the police handled it so well. And like, yeah, it's fine, and if anybody wants to try anything again, like, you know, you're gonna go to jail. But all I will say is, like, that really had me feeling some type of way. And then I went to go see a counsellor. And sometimes like, I don't want to tell these staff members anything because I just don't want to be seen as the problematic student. I'm the only one here who says shit sometimes, you know that. In supervisions, I'm the only one who has to complain. People be like, oh, let Ibs do it, Ibs will do it, Ibs will do it. Sometimes I don't want to keep saying this is bad, this is this, fix that. Because I feel like no one's going to take me seriously. And instead people are going to talk shit about me, evidently by a few staff members. So sometimes I felt like I don't even know who to talk to. And then there became a point where like, they sort of claimed that I was paranoid. And I was just like, girl, me. And then even people at Cambridge, students here, like, again, this is why I'm just not anyone else here, but like, when you sort of confide in people, you're paranoid. Me? Paranoid. And like, you know that thing of like, I'm not crazy when people say you're crazy, and oh, that's what crazy people say. Like, I kind of had that, so I went to counseling, and I'm not gonna talk about it too much. Like, I was fine. They even said you're fine. Like, you're not paranoid. You're not depressed. So, but anyways, I did that, and that kind of helped me a bit. But I feel like it was too late because exam season was happening, and that's why like I kind of really stressed badly in my grades, and that's why like I had an exam warning, which is where if you do really bad, if you fail everything, you can appeal it very quickly, because it was a really hard year for me. And like, I'm not even saying everything I happened in, but like, just to know that it was really hard. I feel like I'm some stone where, like, you know, you get chipped at. I feel like I'm not the same person I came at Cambridge with. And like, mental health is a really big issue here, and I'll talk about this properly one day. But like, I don't know if this is a university thing or an Oxbridge thing, I can't compare, but like, y'all, it's a bit crazy here. Like, it's not good at all. I've never been in a situation where like, people love to gossip about me, people will say anything about me, people will criticize me, people will send me death threats, staff members will criticize me, and work will be hard and so intense. At the same time, like, I was still trying to juggle YouTube, and I was still trying to juggle being vice president, and still trying to get involved in societies. And I feel like one big thing is like, remember when you come here, you have friends and you have family back home. And the issue for me is like, I could never go back because I was so busy here. So I hardly ever went back home. And also like family stuff as well, which I haven't spoken about, which I won't speak about. But like, family stuff was a big issue, and it's just like, if I go home, where do I stay? You know what I mean? Like, I don't have the option to stay the night. Like with whatever. So going back home and sort of rejoicing for like 6 weeks and getting that strength back, and you know, in the holidays, so I can come back to second term and I can go and kill it. I never had that option, and I think that's just like another thing. Like, that could just be like a cycle of like poverty and just stuff, but I never had that option. So what I did do was I brought my friends here, which you guys see a lot. They come, and I love bringing friends here. What I don't like is people from Cambridge talking about my friends. There's another issue which I'm gonna address soon. But anyway, that never happened this year. It was really hard. I will say that this year has taught me like so much, and it wasn't as hard as like being 13 and 14 when I went through some effed up stuff, but like, I did it, I survived, and I've said it before, I don't think that God will put you through certain things unless you can overcome them, and I did. And at the end of it, I have to remember like what made me see through this year was my amazing friends back home, the very few friends I have in Cambridge who mean the world to me and who light up my whole world, and also you guys. Like, honestly, if I'm for real with you, if I didn't do YouTube and if I didn't meet the majority of friends I have now through YouTube, I don't understand where I would be. I didn't know where I would be. Imagine I didn't do YouTube and all my friends left. How would I even... I owe you guys a lot. That's all I'm gonna say. I love you guys so much. So continuing to next year, my final year. There you go, I've just said what I'm going to do. The final year, it's the only year that matters. 100% on my grade counts, and I'm kind of grateful for that, because clearly I needed 2 years of practice to figure out what to do and what not to do. So in terms of moving on to next year, I'm just going to keep the friends I have and just love them as much as I can. I'm going to go back home as much as I can. I'm going to like sort of connect with my family again. I think I need to do that as soon as possible, especially with my nieces and my nephews. And I also need to keep my eyes on the prize. Like, I came here for my degree. I represent something big, so I've got to keep fighting for that, and I know I will have fun along the way, because I have been having fun. I have to cut off the certain strands of shit that are in my life, but nothing new. But it is a learning process, and as much as I say I absolutely hate this year and I hate everything that's happened and blah 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 blah, bitch, you know I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. You know I'm crazy like that. You know I'm fucking dramatic as hell. So I'm crazy. I'm here cussing the uni at the same time I don't live anywhere else. Bitch, I'm crazy. But anyway, guys, that is it from me today. If you are not already subscribed, please subscribe. And also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter and Snapchat. But yeah, I'm okay now. And we have one more year left of this. Will I survive? You decide. To help Ibs, call 07. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you stay tuned till I think Wednesday, where we're gonna have the vlog, a really fun vlog. Hopefully it's fun. Just stay tuned till Wednesday. Okay, love you guys so much. Mwah.